Hi there, Marion Herbertson here again. Now, today I want to come to you with a little bit of advice on building your business. Now, basically, I've explained this before. You may have seen that video, but just in case you haven't, when you're building your business online, you have to have people see your website. Okay, that is the most challenging part of the whole thing, to be honest, because if you've selected a good product and a good business, and you're in a good situation there, really all you need to be doing is allowing that to be, or facilitating that to be seen by as many people as possible who are interested in what you have to offer. Okay, I've explained in a previous video, if you had a shop on the high street, then yes, you would get a lot of people passing by. And if you had a nice window presentation, people would stop to look and then come in and perhaps purchase something, right? Because they could see what you had. If you had your shop tucked away in a little alley somewhere at the back, they wouldn't even find it, so they would never see your products and never buy them. And that's pretty much what it is like online. You've got to get people to your site. Now, you can do that in two ways. Okay, you can do it organically. Okay, I mean, it could be totally free if you choose to do it that way. So you can do things like video marketing, blogging, search engine optimizing your blogs so that people find them when they enter certain search words, etc., etc. But do remember that doing it that way takes a little bit longer. Okay, let's say you had a sliding scale of 1 to 10. The more towards free you went, the more elbow grease you would have to apply. All right. However, if you don't have the time to be putting into, posting ads in Craigslist and classified ads on Facebook, etc., with all the free stuff, if you didn't have time to do that, then really your better choice of building your business fast is paid advertising. Now, regarding Facebook marketing, etc., I actually, on my blog, you'll find my blog address somewhere on this page, usually just below there. On my blog, you will see various ways of promoting your business through Facebook marketing and that kind of thing, paid and free. However, like I say, free marketing is always more labor intensive. Now, since I was building my business while I was still in a full-time job, I wanted to make the maximum use of the time I had and the money I was earning from my job to build my business. So that's the approach I took. And if that's a possibility, then it really is a good method because it speeds things up. However, there are various ways, various things you can do for paid marketing. You can do Facebook PPC, Google Bing. I don't recommend Google, far too expensive and competitive. Things like Bing, Yahoo, etc. Just so many different ways that you can maximize your income by paid advertising. One of the ways that I want to talk about in particular today is actually buying leads. It's one of the most easy ways to build your business fast. So basically what a lead is, it's the name and the email address, or sometimes it's just the email address of a person who is interested in the kind of thing you have to offer. Now, if you think about it, or if you go do some keyword research, you will see that it's something like on average 700,000 people a day that are looking online for ways to market online. So there's no shortage of people looking for what you have to offer. What you're trying to do is to siphon them through your lead capture pages, through your landing pages, so that you get their details and then you can market to them. Basically keep them informed and build a relationship with them so that if they are looking for the kind of thing that you have to offer, then they will come and talk to you about it. So let's talk about buying leads because it is just so easy. Basically what you do is you find a trusted vendor, you talk with them and you purchase some leads. All right, and they usually sell them in packages of say 100 leads, 200 leads, 500 leads, etc. And the prices can range anything from $100 for 100 leads through to $340 for 500 leads, and that kind of thing. Now, one thing to be very, very careful about is that cheap is not good. Okay, cheap is not always good, so be very aware of that. Many times a new marketer will be looking to kind of budget, and think, gosh, this must be a good deal. Look, I'm getting, I can actually tell you about sites where you can get 30,000 leads for $35. Really not worth it. You may as well take that $35 and flush down the toilet. All right? Sorry to be that blunt, but that is how it is. Okay? So you want to be very particular about what you buy. You want to buy quality leads, basically. All right? And that's where the trust factor comes in, etc. Now, with the business that I work with, we actually get all of that provided for us. So it's absolutely fantastic. But here are a few things that you need to check out if you're doing it independently. First of all, what kind of reputation does that particular lead company have? Now, look online, be very thorough about that. And I will be honest with you, don't believe everything you read. It's very easy to buy testimonials online these days. Always ask for advice from somebody who is in the business and who knows what they're doing, has had experience of those people. So always ask for first-hand advice, really. All right. So that's the one thing. The next thing to do when you're talking with a lead company is ask how fresh the leads are. Okay, you get something called real-time leads. All right. So basically, as the minute they click on the advertising that the lead company is using to attract their attention, the minute they click on that, they are then forwarded directly to the landing page that you want them to go to. That's called a fresh lead. They are the most expensive leads too. And when I say expensive, they're not unaffordable. They're just more expensive than the others. And in the others, you get aged leads, and they could be 80 days, 60 days, 90 days, so they are old leads which have been shared around and now they're being resold again cheaply. I truthfully don't go for the very aged leads. I've occasionally tried the 30-day aged leads. I've not really got a good response from them, I must be honest. So I tend to stick with the fresh leads, which I know are 100% fresh when I get them from the team that I work with. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to check. The second thing you need to check is exclusivity. So in other words, the company that's selling you this leads, how many other people are they sharing those leads with? Now, it is common practice for them to kind of resell those leads to maybe 3 or 4 other people. That's fine as long as the people that they're selling them to are not advertising the same product or program that you are. Okay, so be very sure you check that with them. You want to be the only one who is advertising that particular business to that particular person. All right. If there are other competing businesses that also advertise with them, that's fine, not a problem at all. The next thing you have to ask the company that you're going to be dealing with is, what is the message that these people are responding to? You see, in marketing, there's something called the message to market match, and that is so crucial, so important. Okay. So what do I mean? Now, for example, if you've got a product that ranges from $1,000 through to $3,000, you want to be talking with people who are business-minded enough to be interested in that kind of a range, all right, and know what that kind of product can do for them. Or let me give you another example. If you are advertising a good product, but that other person has clicked on an advertising which talks about holidays or looking after a pet or something of that sort, they're not going to have a blind bit of interest in what you have to offer. And those people will either unsubscribe or they'll complain, which is even worse, which means, you could get blacklisted, etc. So be very, very aware of the message to market match, and make sure you ask your lead provider about that. All right. And the last thing you need to check is, are these people being incentivized to enter their names? In other words, are they being awarded by points, or are they going to receive any free products, or what benefit are they getting to enter their details? Because if they're incentivized, they could just be doing it just to get whatever it is that's on offer. And that's, again, of no use to you whatsoever. Okay, so these are the things you need to be asking if you're going to do paid marketing via a lead company. All right. Before you do paid marketing with other things like Facebook and Bing and all the other things I mentioned to you, solo ads, etc., make absolutely certain that you get good advice, that you talk with somebody who knows what they're doing before you invest a whole lot of money into that kind of thing. Because it is very, very easy to blow through a whole lot of money and see no results at all. Okay, so when you're talking about an online business, it is as important that you know what not to do as it is to know what you should be doing. Okay, if you'd like my help, please do feel free to contact me. Click on the link below. You'll find my contact details there, and I'll send you some information. Thank you. I hope you found this helpful.